888, the beginning. I know totally nothing about numerology, totally no knowledge of astrology or anything along those lines. My whole life, up to 42 years old, was spent on the strictly scientific, pragmatic side of things. Only what my senses, only what my five senses could demonstrate to me. However, always felt somehow guided or carried by something other than me, something very subtle and at the same time very powerful. Dismissing it as something that probably was just my idea or my imagination and nothing else, since it was not tangible at all. If I could not see it, it probably was not real. And who would believe me, anyways? Plus, when I definitely felt that something guiding me and carrying me, I was quickly totally absorbed by the very real reality that would drag me and completely engulf me in that total numbness that would not allow me to perceive and sense that powerful subtleness most of the time. Such intense numbness. But the last 5 years have been drastically different. Something very intense and undeniable happened to me on January 7th of 2013. So now I'm recording this today on June 13th, so it's the last 7 years, and it's still the same. Um, so anyway, something very intense and undeniable happened to me on January 7th of 2013. And after that, I have very clearly discovered and developed my own way to sense and feel and interpret and translate everything into something very understandable and meaningful from the everyday life point of view. And it isn't that I spend my time looking for something or trying to come up with something or anything along those lines. No, I really want to live my regular life, but it just happens that it's undeniable, really. Anyway, it is that when and only when I can feel things violently and insistently come up from within my body, and even though I try to ignore and suppress them, they continue and continue. It is only when that happens that I know it is something that I need to hear or pay attention to or let it flow through me, whatever it may be. Today, I was planning to wake up much earlier, but at the same time, it was one of those days or nights. Many times I get confused in my life already at this point because I wake up in the middle of the night and start writing, or I write all day, or I don't write, or I never know when it's day or night. It doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, but at the same time, it was one of those days or nights when my body was telling me he just desperately wanted to sleep and sleep no matter what. So I ended up doing what I know is the thing to do in those cases: listen to my body and follow whatever it tells me. And really, it is not that it is the thing to do, it is that is the only thing I can do at those times. So I ended up waking up much later than I usually do, did this and that and many of the things I usually do in the morning, and many other random things I do not usually do. And coincidentally, when I turn on the computer, a whole and powerful something took over my whole body, and I say, today is an 888, another one. And then a strange sensation of disappointment or something like that came to me. To be continued. This is part of something I started writing and then morphed into something else, and it ended up becoming part of my latest book, Soul Kaleidoscopes, Volume 1. So it's just a process. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.